So today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the new accessory for the PlayStation Move. It's the PlayStation Move Sharpshooter game controller. So essentially it takes your PlayStation Move controller and turns it into a full-out assault rifle for first-person shooters like Killzone 3, SOCOM 4, as well as Dead Space and Time Crisis. So we're also going to test it out on Mag and see how everything works out and see if this is the new way to play a first-person shooter game. So let's get this open and take a look. So we got some cardboard here. We've got instructions. Open this up, see what we got. Instructions and some, looks like we got some decals. SOCOM 4, Zipper Interactive, Killzone 3. So pretty cool. You can customize the way you want your assault rifle to look. So I'll set those to the side. And garbage over there. Nothing there. Some more cardboard. And we'll open it up. Just kind of throwing things everywhere here. And inside this packaging, we have ourselves the assault rifle. So pretty cool. Got our trigger here. Some clear plastic to take off. So looks pretty straightforward. Taking a look at the side of the gun here, you can see that we've got square and triangle buttons right by the trigger, nice and quick and easy to get at with your thumb if you're holding it like this. We've also got a couple trigger buttons and a lock for the trigger probably. We've got a couple settings here, I'm not sure what they do quite yet. And reload button at the bottom. We've got a release here on the side, so we pop this off and set it to the side, and this is where we'll put our PlayStation Move main controller. Right in here is where we'll snap in the PlayStation Move nunchuck, and yeah, we'll get those put in and see how that looks. So we'll hook up the PlayStation Move controller here. It looks like it just slides in the top. Just like that. That's secured on. Gotta put it in top first. And it's clipped in. So yeah, pretty straightforward. That is what the PlayStation Move Sharpshooter looks like and gets packaged with. Not sure if I'm a big fan of this gray plastic that you can see. It really doesn't match this generation of PlayStation controllers. It's more like PlayStation 1 generation. I guess they have to do that, so I guess it doesn't look like a real gun, though God forbid having a big white or neon glowing ball at the end of your gun scares someone thinking it's actually a real gun. But anyways, that's our society nowadays, is it not? So I guess I paint this up and make it look better. Get some black spray paint, and yeah, maybe I'll do that at some point. But that is the Move controller here. Let's test it out on some games. So launching into Killzone 3, I find that the controls, they're relatively intuitive. Playing on easy mode and just using the default controls after your main calibration, I'm finding it pretty easy to line up my shots and navigate the map. All the buttons needed are easily accessible. To fire, you use the trigger button, or you can use the pump action feature. At the bottom of the controller on the clip, there's a button labeled RL. By pressing this button, you can do a quick reload. The other trigger button on the handle lets you crouch, and the buttons on the navigation controller are pretty much as expected, kind of the same mapping as a gamepad or the game controller. The game, as far as I know, does not take advantage of the burst shot switch. That little clip there, you can switch between 1, 2, or 3 kind of burst shot. It doesn't take advantage of that I could see in the game. But I was glad to see that it does support vibration function, and the actual controller was vibrating, even though it's probably not the most impressive feature on the gun.
Stay behind.
I do find that the controller is very responsive. It's got very little input lag, if any, and it does feel great to hold like you're aiming it down the barrel of the gun. Though I can see that using this for extended periods of time, that your shoulders and arms will probably start to cramp up, and you'll end up probably firing from the hip for the most part. But still, that's pretty badass too. So overall, I can't see a whole lot wrong with the peripheral itself. It's working really well with the PlayStation Move, especially with Killzone 3 here. It's very responsive, and definitely I'd probably play the whole game through with this peripheral for sure. So just kind of watching as I continue to play through the level here, it kind of gets me thinking about how this technology will work out on other franchises like Resident Evil, Call of Duty, and like the Bad Company games and so on. This really brings a whole new element into the interactive gaming genre. So I really can't wait to see where they go with these peripherals, how other third-party companies bring their take on it, and see how it evolves, very much like the Guitar Hero and Rock Band instruments have over the years. And then also games like Killzone 3. If you do have a 3D TV with glasses, you can take advantage of a 3D element as well with the gaming experience. And as they start to phase out the glasses and just do 3D television without it, it's really going to be a really immersive feeling getting into these games, actually holding a gun and firing away at these bad guys. So, really cool. So for all of you out there that are wondering, will MAG work with the PlayStation Sharpshooter? Well, the answer is yes, and quite well actually. But when I did jump into MAG, I did find that the reload button on the bottom of the clip is currently unsupported. It's not a huge problem, though hopefully it can be implemented in a game update. One of the other things I did notice is that it's a little difficult to jump. Now you have to use the navigation controller to jump, and with that hand you're using the joystick. So your thumb uses the joystick, and just below that thumb is your X button. So in order to move and jump, you have to hit the joystick and the X button with the same thumb. So it's really difficult to do for some people, maybe. For me, it was kind of awkward. But this is kind of related to the fact that they didn't use the other button on the bottom of the clip for your reload. So if things get mapped around, this could easily be fixed with an update. Other than that, it still works quite well, way better than just using the PlayStation Move controller alone. So I highly recommend, if you're going to use the PlayStation Move for MAG, definitely get the Sharpshooter attachment. I also found that the controls in MAG didn't quite feel as tight as Killzone 3, but after doing calibration in the menu system, this was all fixed. So that does come down to personal preference. Overall, it's a pretty solid device, and it's a lot of fun to use. It does take a bit of practice to get the feel for it. It can cramp up your arms, and it's definitely not going to replace the traditional gamepad. But for anyone already playing FPS games on the PlayStation Move, I highly recommend getting the PlayStation Sharpshooter. And yeah, it's a great attachment. It's a lot of fun to use. So anyways, talk to you later, guys, and have a great day.